And here we go.
Hello, today is Thursday, August 10th, 2023 at 12 p.m. and we're at the Rocky Mountain Regional VA Medical Center and I'm going to be interviewing Mr. Frank Napoleon for the Remembering Our Veterans program. How are you doing this morning?
Doing good, doing good.
So we were just going to start off by asking about your childhood and where you were born.
Okay. I was born in Arizona, 1957, to a migrant family, and they take me to work in the fields when I was young, and didn't like that. So my mom wanted to graduate all the way to high school. My dad wanted to graduate to the eighth grade. My mom put the rest of us to high school. And once I got out, I said, I want to get out. I want to get out of Arizona. I need to get out of there. So I joined the Army, 1976, and I went to Germany the first time. Germany was real great, but growing up with the kids was real hard because at 12 brothers, or 9 brothers and 1 sister. We all lived in the same house in a 3-bedroom house, so imagine the total catastrophe that was. And managed to get out of Arizona, moved overseas to Germany, and Germany was real great. 1976, 1980, Germany, awesome. I liked her very much, and met my wife there, and my son was born in Germany. He's part German citizen also, so he's 46 years old now. My God, he's 46, and we went out there, and we got married, we got divorced, and eventually went to. I got out of the army for 1980. 19,
Before we talk about when you got out of the army, um, you mentioned that you were in a migrant family. So where were your parents from?
if Arizona, they're born in Arizona,
Okay.
but they came from their parents were from Mexico.
Okay.
But my mom and dad are from Arizona, so they're U.S. citizens, and it was very hard at the time because only like the 9 brothers and 1 sister and 2 sisters, and it was very tough because we had to make do. And my dad wanted to make sure that when I went to the eighth grade, mom wanted to make sure I went to high school. So went to high school, and that was about it. And went to very hard growing up with my family because I had a bad eye, and it still goes out sometimes. So very hard growing up as a kid because everybody made fun of you, and I didn't like that at all. So that's why I decided to go overseas. But growing up as a kid was very tough.
So why did you choose to join the army as opposed to another branch?
Oh, they are pretty good because my brothers were the only reason I joined the army was 2 of my older brothers were in the army. That's
Okay.
the only reason I could think of joining the army. I joined the Air Force, but the army was great because that's all I knew. And I was going to the first MOS I had was infantry, but because I had my bad eye, I had to reclassify that and went to a Graves registration in Fort Lee, Virginia, and that's where I met my wife.
So you guys met in Virginia,
In
you and your
Virginia,
wife met?
yeah, I didn't like her too much at first. She's a big boss thing, She had been from California, and she had Boston and everything. So I don't like it at all. I didn't like it at all. Went to Germany and went to assigned to the same place. I still don't like her. Eventually, we just decided to get married.
So she was also in the army?
Yeah.
Okay. So how you guys must have gotten pretty lucky that she was also stationed in Germany.
Yeah, we're all lucky. All the people from the same AIT class, Advanced Individual Training, went to Germany the first time.
So what year was that when you went to Germany for that deployment?
1976 to 1980.
And so how long before you guys got together when you were in Germany?
Oh, about 5 weeks.
Happened pretty
Yeah,
quick.
okay, yeah. She was okay, and I was okay. Okay, you want to get married? Sure, we get married.
And so did she take a step back from her duties when she got pregnant with your son?
Yeah, once she got pregnant, she was very sick, very sick. Don't almost take the child away from her, my son away from her. And my wife, God bless her, God bless her, she hung in there and she had the baby. She's doing real good now. 6 years old. She lives up there in Allen's Park, Colorado. Nice woman. And she always took care of me. She calls out. We have a great relationship now. we made our peace a long time ago when my granddaughter was born, my daughter's first daughter, and we made our peace together, and we the happy girl was to be happy as ex-husband and ex-wife. That's a good person.
So, what was your duty like during that deployment in Germany?
Oh, Germany was okay because I worked in a mortuary first of all, or a mortuary, and that's the only time they have mortuary overseas.
Hmm.
Now, back then it was called 57 Foxtrot, the MOS. Now it's called 92 Mike. I was a grave registration specialist. Now it's a mortuary affairs specialist. It's all gone down the hill. So the MOS was really great. Went through a lot of TDYs. Went to social recovery to TDYs, and went to different mortuaries over there. Back then, they had mortuary in Frankfurt, Nuremberg, and Cape Town, and Vicenza, four mortuaries all.
Where were you?
I was in Frankfurt first,
Okay.
then I was in Nuremberg. Nuremberg was awesome. Nuremberg very, very pretty. God darn, it was pretty. And I went to Chris Kindermark. That was okay. It was streetcar, half an hour streetcar from the Chris Kindermark. That was a great place.
Was it, yeah, you said there was a Christmas market. Did you get to take your wife and
Yeah,
your kids
yeah,
too? Or
yeah.
you had one, you just had your
Yeah,
son at that
at the same
time?
time. It was very, very cold, so we all buttoned up real good. So so we took the streetcar, went down to Chris Kendall Mark, and saw all the Chris Kendall Mark that had to offer. So it was very, very great.
That sounds amazing. Was it, you mentioned, so you said you were working in mortuary
Yeah,
services. Was that kind of a difficult job to do?
it was hard to do at first because I wouldn't touch the body at all, and now no biggie. I don't want to touch the bodies at all, but now after a while, I got used to it,
Mm-hmm.
and we got a lot of bodies in Germany. There were like 300 some odd bodies coming out of Germany.
Wow.
Most of them were children. Most of them were stillbirths. So I was so very, very nervous for my child being born in Germany. I told the wife, "You need to go home. You need to go home." And she refused to go home. And she ended up having a baby in Nuremberg, Germany. And the baby was born very, very nice. Very nice. Very good.
And so what year did you leave Germany?
1980. It was in January, no, February 1980. I decided to get out, but I went to work in San Diego at SeaWorld, and I had a good job at SeaWorld at the security guard at SeaWorld. So very, very great. And eventually, I went to the recruiter in San Diego, talked to the young recruiter, and said, "Yeah, you can go back in. You got to drop one grade to a Spec 4." He said, "If a sergeant it was this time, you have to go back to your old MOS." No, I said, "I want something else to do. I'm going to the Air Force." The Air Force always said I have to drop down one grade and go to any job I want to. And can I get military intelligence? Yeah, you're good. Your score is really good, so you go to military intelligence, you go be a Spec 4. Okay, all set to go in the Air Force, but the Army recruiter called me and said, "Okay, we'll get your rank back, but you have to go in the old OS." Doggone it. Okay, I'll go to my OS. So back then, the E5 pay was larger than the Spec 4 pay. So I had to, at that time, I had two kids.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter was born in San Diego, and I had two kids, and I had to make the most money I could for them. So I went back in the Army at E5.
So, why did you initially leave the army?
I just got tired of it. I just wanted to do that 4 years. I signed up for 4 years the first time. Wanted to do them, get out, and I wanted to see what it's like in the world in San Diego. So I didn't like it. I had a good job in San Diego Zoo World as a
Mm-hmm.
security guard, but I didn't like it at all. And the kids were kind of expensive, so I decided to join the army and for the kids, pay for the kids.
So, when you rejoined, were you immediately deployed or where were you stationed?
I was staying at Fort Carson, Colorado.
Okay.
Fort Cartoon, what do you call it? And I was with the 305th Cincinnati Company, and I didn't like it. So it was an acid class 3 You did what you had to do, then do no job in your own OS. You did everything to come from the battalion. That you my section go do trash, my section go do cut the troops here, and I didn't like it at all. So I was there for 1 year, 1 year only.
So, after that year, did you retire again from the army
No,
or
no,
did you
no.
do a different
I
MOS?
did the whole, all in was that till that time until I retired from the Army. 50 Cent Foxtrot from the time I was there and to the time I got out of the Army.
So how many years was that second enlistment?
Uh, 18.
Wow. So after Fort Carson, were you assigned somewhere you liked better?
No, I was time to Korea.
Okay.
Korea was awesome. The 25-year-old Korea was great. I was um, uh, in Yongsang, uh, biggest South Taegu, touch of Seoul, and it was really great. They had a disco place there called um, EK1. It was really great because we went down there 9 o'clock at night till about 4 o'clock in the morning. Had any type of club you can imagine, any type of club. 1980s, what 1981, 1982 was really, really good. My mom wouldn't even like what I did, but it was really awesome. It was really awesome. So it was different. It was going up there. And that different from the from the 8th Army. Got to go to the field time. We didn't have to go to the field at all. Went to the field maybe one time to play soldier, but the rest of the time, so, and I had what they call uh, 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 and a local Korean doing all our laundry, all our clothes, all our cleaning. So he has to go to the field to come out of the field all dirty and get the house for it pretty much cleaned up. And we paid him extra. So down in PQ, everybody paid him. And I didn't do the clothes and the laundry and the washing and anything like that for a whole year, for a whole long year. I got spoiled.
So was it just you there, or did your wife and children come with
No,
you?
it's not coming to her. My wife had divorced by that time. My wife and I got divorced.
Okay.
And that's a mistake. She tried as long as she could, but she just gave up. She just gave up. And it's okay, okay, I'm sorry. Finally, later on, I was very, very sorry. So once Korea, but it's not a single man. So Korea was awesome. Women there for everybody. It was American women there for everybody, for everybody. It was awesome.
And so you said you had a really long career. So after Korea, did you come back stateside for a while, or did you?
Yeah, I went to. I was assigned initially to 16th Field Company in Fort Lee, Virginia. 16th Field Service Company in Fort Lee, Virginia. I don't like that. I went to headquarters DA, Department of the Army, and you know one guy that worked there. He used to work for me. I used to work for him in Germany. He
Mm-hmm.
used to work in now he worked in LA in DA. Yes, civilian contractor. Went to work for went to him because I couldn't get but change my MOS changed. So got me hooked up with my branch manager. He said, "Okay, Frank, we're sending down to Dover Air Force Base to be military escort."
Mm.
And I was an escort for Marines coming back from Europe, and I was an East Sector for that time. So you have to be East Sector or higher or less to be higher to be in the escort cabinet. And I went to all over the place. My worst time there, is during the Grenada invasion
Mm.
and during the Beirut disaster. Grenada sent grenades to remains to us in Germany in Dover, and about the same time we had to remain from Grenada. But at the same time we had to remain from uh, Beirut. There are like 200 some odd remains on there, and we had to escort brief all the Marine escort to that's what they're gonna do. Decided to follow the flag, and show them fill out the paperwork, come back to U.S. to send the funds back to them, the funds back to them. So it was very, 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 very difficult. So Marines were really good. Lot, I lot out to the Marines, but it was really, really good.
And so you did that job for a couple years as
Did it for
well? Just
one
one
year
year?
only. 'Cause I found out why. I thought a year after I got out, I saw this started from Buddha, and he said no, no, no. So I went there, and I said no. It found out that he was overweight. And I don't know how he got an escort. I do not know how he got an escort. You have to be track soldier, and this guy was really, really overweight, and he managed to. I can't prove it. Managed to get me assigned to Virginia. So he was there for 3 years, and I was only there for 1 year. Some of the escorts were there for, I told, 4 or 5 years,
Wow.
and I was only there for 1 year, 1 year only. Find out, I can't prove it, but I bet you what it is. Bet you what it is. And went to Fort Lee, Virginia. In Fort Lee, Virginia, they had I was military instructor at Fort Lee.
Oh, wow.
Does a good job. I taught my MOS, 15 Foxtrot. That consists of search and recovery operations and identification operations and mortuary affairs operation, grave situation operation. So they went all over the place and caught up on the kites in there at Fort Lee, and that was great. Met a lot of guys out there.
Did you like that a lot? Getting
Like,
into like a teaching role?
yeah. I was surprised at first because I didn't like it. At first, I found out about tongue tied, so I was like, no, that's it. And I got better after a while, like everybody does. Got a lot better, a lot better, a lot better. But in my first year, real good. I could take a class all the way through. So I taught like 5 classes per year. Because
Wow.
each year they have a different class rotation.
Mm-hmm.
They have like 2 week break for the classes we did, and took the senior instructor and went by each individual person. Your person in charge. He's going to back you up. So I backed up the person that was teaching class, and he backed me up when I was in the class. So it was really good.
So did you do that for quite a few years then because you really enjoyed that job?
Did it for 4 years the first time, and it's really good, really good. Because I didn't have to go to the field. I went to the field with young soldiers for a
Mm-hmm.
class, and it, but at Fort Lee, I was really impressed with that. And then I got assigned to Hawaii.
Oh, wow. Was Hawaii pretty interesting?
It was nice. It was beautiful. 1988 to 1982 in Hawaii. It really great. I was assigned to a central identification laboratory in Hawaii, and those people are responsible for the remains from Vietnam. So went to Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia after the war, long after the war,
Mm-hmm.
shortly after the war, and we met a lot of hostility down there, a lot of mad Vietnamese that we had to protect them Vietnamese coming, just to make sure we're okay. Went to far north as Haiphong and far south as Saigon, looking for remains.
Mm.
Went to when I said looking for remains, went to the field looking for. We dug up sites or we thought the remains were, and a lot of time when they found anything, a lot of time we found body, sometimes we found a body. Now, but finding the body after Vietnam comes in, we have to go into a last known crash site where jets went in. And after that happens, nothing left of the body. Nothing.
Mm.
I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah.
It's all broken up because the body is very fragile, and we're lucky to find a tooth, small tooth, uh, a bone. And we had a forensic anthropologist with us, a civilian.
Mm-hmm.
And once we found the remains, he took over. He was in charge of the whole excavation because he had a gritting system. Went to that. We started a base point. Went to the grit here, grit
Mm-hmm.
there, and he scientifically was able to prove all that to the governments that these are the remains of your son. They're not the remains of your son, or these are remains. Well, we just don't know.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
So we brought them back and sent them to the families after a while. It takes about a while to get the body remains because they sent them back to Hawaii. There was a whole slew of anthropologists and archaeologists looking at bones. We don't look at them. You look at them. We let the anthropologists go through them, and they have to defend their possession in Congress and in court. And the family either accept it or doesn't accept it.
Wow. So were there a lot of times where families were able to be reunited with the remains of their loved ones? Was
A lot
that?
of times there were that was really, really good for us because they were really job satisfying
Mm-hmm.
because their body were not remains. They were found out that once they got to them, they decided they wanted to go to them and decide that the remains are there for them. So they were happy with us. Some of them were not happy with us. Some of them refused to deal with us. So I said, okay, well, I can't tell what to do till the remains are found. And it didn't get to us initially. It got to the lobbyists.
Mm-hmm.
not the lawyers. They had to deal with the family. They had to deal with the family we found out with. But the anthropologist, I could sign the paperwork. So I had to deal with him too.
Interesting. Um, so when you were doing that job, was it kind of hard going back to these sites like all over Vietnam and like knowing what had happened there? Was that more difficult than the earlier mortuary sciences that you were doing?
It was difficult for me because I see these guys over there because went to real serious digging. We were in the field, we're digging, and sometimes we worked some shots fired at us, but the guards always took care of them. We had plenty of Vietnamese guards taking care of us, but do a lot of a lot of physical labor, because we went all over the north from south to, from north to south, east to west. But back then there was only three teams going to that. So back then, 1908, 1902, three teams, Central Identification Laboratory, and they decided that three teams were very good because that's when it was. That's when we enjoyed it the most. The first 3 years, the first 4 years, and it was all Central Identification Laboratory. Went to a unit called JCRC, called Joint Castle Resolution Center, and they had overall control of the site. So
Mm-hmm.
what to do what they said, some of the guys were real jerks. I didn't like them. So what to do what they said, some of the guys were real nice, but overall some of the guys were real jerk. So what to do what they did. So eventually we went to find the remains. But going back to Southeast Asia, what to do that? Going to before we went to Southeast Asia, we went to Thailand. In Thailand, we had to load up with equipment and then fly into Southeast Asia from
Mm-hmm.
C-130. But Thailand, really, really great, really, really awesome. Once we got there, we got to work done. They said, okay, you're free, you release until then, and whatever we're gonna do. Thailand, great, 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 great. Went to Bangkok and Pattaya Beach, and Pattaya Beach really, really awesome because it went really, really good, really good.
Is his mic still? Oh, sorry. I just couldn't see the blue light from where I was, and I was want to make sure. Sorry. So, was Hawaii your last duty assignment, or did you have more after that?
No, after Hawaii, I went back to Fort Lee, Virginia.
Okay.
That's where I back to instructor duty,
Mm-hmm.
and went to Somalia right away. And Somalia was really good because I was at the quartermaster center at school as an instructor, and they came down and said we need somebody to go to Somalia. I said okay, I'll go, and we were assigned to attach to a 16th Field Service Company as the instructor, as instructor and as the team leader, the team sergeant. So I took a team from 16th Field Service Company to Somalia, and when a lieutenant from 16th from the Corps Medical School, Lieutenant Ross and I took these guys to Somalia, and it was really awesome because once we got there, we were all there for like I was there for like less than a year because some less than 6 months because Somalia was great. It's all there at the time that it was brand new, looking up and everything, and flew in. And the most important time, the most funniest time we ever had when I met President Bush, President George Bush Sr.
Mm-hmm.
He was Somalia, and he came down to, just lost the election. So he did, lost the election. So he came to Somalia, came to visit us, and got to shake his hand. That was really good. And President Bush was really, really tall. I'm surprised that he was tall. He looked really, really old, God. But he looked old as hell, man. TV, the best thing, could put the makeup on him. But the real life, God, you're old. And I shook hands with him, and he said, okay. And it's only talking to the truth for about an hour, and flew back to USS Tripoli, back out of sea. And that's flew up. And the next day, I was going to the bathroom one time, and I saw F 1 taking off. It was flying right out, F 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, President Bush, how are you? And that's when Clinton won the election, and yeah, Clinton was okay.
That's pretty crazy. You got to meet meet a president.
Yeah, real good.
Got to shake his hand. So, how long were you in Somalia?
I was there for about 5 months.
And you said you were teaching?
I was teaching the guys how to do the operation in the field.
Okay.
Yes, we had actually had real bodies coming in. First time we had a body coming in, some guy got shot, and after a while, the Somalis said, "No, we're gonna touch this guy," and they shot him, and he woke us up in the middle of the night, and you're okay, we'll take care of him. And after that, we had bodies like 4 or 5 a year, 4 or 5 a year, per month.
Wow.
And
4 or 5 a month is a lot.
yeah, that was a lot. And we had a lot of local Somalis too. Some guys used to fly up from Kisumu, which is a city in Somalia. This one guy did not know what he was doing. He did not know. He said, "What are you doing? Send them up there." No, he's going up there in a while because they're Somalis. You guys are collection point. You turn over Somalia to the local government. You don't turn them over to us. What are we going to do with them? We're not going to do anything. So they had to go to the airport and then get the bodies off. Took the Somalis to the locals because they didn't pay attention to our local theater plan. Local Somalis went to local elders. Americans only are sent back to us. We take care of them.
Mm-hmm. So, was Somalia pretty different from your other duty assignments? Was that a big change?
Yeah, real different. I just came from a party in Hawaii to getting shot at in Somalia.
Yeah.
And we had a bunch of shots taking us out. And the bullets couldn't hit a dime with the thing. And the biggest thing I had was a molly with right in the middle or sector with a big bush, big log. But like a better word is a big tunnel from left to right. And since the molly went in there, since the molly guy went in there, and some of the guys didn't want to go in, so the Air Force brought over a big forklift. Eventually, forklift lifted it up, and eventually they got through them. So they had guards all over the place around them, but the molly did not want to come out. And guys want to shoot into the bush because the the bullet would have gone to the next guy. So the Air Force went in with the large forklift and pulled them out, and eventually they got rid of them. They got them out. It was okay, but eventually they got them out.
Wow. So after Somalia, did you continue in the army or did you retire?
No, I was still in the army. I went back to Fort Lee, Virginia.
Always going back there.
You ever come back there, yeah? And I found out later on, and some guy, my NCOIC said, "Frank, as soon as you get in there, go down to the blockhouse, which is our main operation area, and I'll meet you down there." Okay, so, and went down to the blockhouse. I said, "Frank, we'll continue 4187 with the back end up notice of personnel changes." And 4187 said, "You're going back to school," which I was, and I went down there and took it down to the 16th Field Service Company. I found out that's where the 16th Field Service was going to slag me. So they tell me, "So Napoleon come back, you know you got him." And said, "Okay." And I went down to the blockhouse and I beat them, but gave them these are orders to sign me back to school. So goodbye. I really made mad about that. But I went back to school and I finished the school there. So it was really, really, really great. That was 92 to 95.
So you were going to school, but for the army, you were going to school?
I was going to go with the army.
With the army?
Yeah. I was going to school. I was at the school teaching.
Okay.
Same job I had from 88 to 92. Went back to Hawaii and went back to Fort Lee, Virginia as an instructor.
Seems like that kind of job is your sweet spot, being an instructor and teaching people
Yeah,
the skills you learned.
They're pretty much looking at people who are in the army all the time. And I said, "Yeah, I'll do it. It's fine." Beats going out the field all the time. Nobody goes like to on the field. So I'll do it. I'll do it. I went to the field, went to the army, and I was a main instructor for about 9 years. So it was like 7 years.
So almost half of your time in the service.
Yeah.
So why did you finally decide to retire?
Oh, I retired after 22 years because I said, no, time to go. You know, and so okay, I retired in '87, and some kind of said that you have to get out. So I got out of the Army. So I couldn't make '88, so I got in the Army at that's called a RTF, RTC, Retention Control Point, RTP. And I raced it. It said, time for you to go. So I went, got retired from the Army in '87, and all benefits coming to me. And I made my last wife while I was at the Fort Lee, um, uh, 92. I met her at when I was going to Enoch School. Enoch was the non-commissioned officer course. I met her there in 1992,
Mm-hmm.
1990. Same day I went in, reported in for school. First day, uh, Iraq invaded Kuwait. Very first day.
Wow.
So that was in August 2nd, I think it was, 1990. And everybody locked down. And I said, can I go to Somalia? Can I go to Iraq? Yeah, I'll go to Iraq. I don't care. I'll go to Iraq. And I found out my commander said, no, you're not going. So I went, okay. So that's different things back in Hawaii for me to do. And went to school and finished my ANOC course. And then I went back to Hawaii and retired in 1992. Retired out of Hawaii, and after went to school in Fort Lee, Virginia, and I got reassigned back to Hawaii. I was in Hawaii for 2 years, for two times. Second time, '95 to '98, and it was okay. It was okay. Built up in Hawaii, but gone overseas, and the build up had gone was overdone because I had to. It was very political in Hawaii back then. 1988, 1992 was the best in Hawaii. 1995, 1988, very, very touchy, very, very picky. Went to the generals, and he had some new general or JCRC, and he had his own way of thinking. And I went in for dinner the first time. He said, who's the NCOIC? And I said, I saw Napoleon. And said, I don't like that. Oh, sir, you know what NCOIC is for a while. Why'd you wait so long to do it?
Mm-hmm.
And I found out that you don't talk to generals that way. I thought that
Oh, crap. Sorry. I accidentally kicked it. Is that good?
went to Hawaii the first time, that no, you don't talk to you. But after I told him, said, so I said, talk to me. He came out the first time, said, talk to me. We got a problem. Okay. So I told him, said, sir, I've been NCOIC of going overseas for 5 years, 4 years. So, and the first time, 98, 92, he said, I don't care. Okay, no problem. And he reassigned me and found out that my colonel, that why are you doing talking to him like that? Well, see, he said talk to him like that. He started out there to brief and talk to me. He got involved, and I said, well, no. So he didn't like that at all.
So you said that your last duty station was till 98 in Hawaii,
Yeah,
and then you retired out of Hawaii
yeah,
um, after you said 22 years
22
total
years, yeah.
in the Army. Wow, that's a long, long career. So in that entire time, what was like a particularly fond or vivid memory of all that service that you'll never forget?
Never forget the guys in 98, 92, the first time in Hawaii. They're the best people in the world I've ever met. Best guys in the world. Central Certificates of Laboratory are really unique. We're by ourselves. But now, after I went back to Hawaii, it's gone. They had some roots with George Castle Resolution Center. Eventually, the unit went away. Yeah, everybody at the cell high, we call it cell high. Everybody went to assigned to the Joint Task Force Fuller County. So there is no more Sahai anymore. And so it's really bad because the best time I had, the guys I met in Hawaii from
Mm.
88 to 92, it's the best commander I had, but Colonel Webb, he was the best commander. And back in 1988, and he took me aside because said, White, Frank, we're going to do this and we're gonna do it this way. So okay, so no problem. And he passed away, unfortunately. He passed away. Gonna win.
Were you awarded any medals or citations for service during
Yeah,
those years?
meritorious medals, meritorious service medal, soldier, not soldier medal. I just have the highest one I have is meritorious service. I have Army Commendation medals, Army ARCOM, Army different types of ribbon. But the highest one I ever had was two meritorious service medal. That's my working in Hawaii, working for 19, working for in Gander, Newfoundland. That's we recovered the remains while people that died at the 101st Airport died in Gander, Newfoundland, December 1985. I was there for the first time, and went up there, called it up, and Napoleon come over to headquarters, talk to us, and I went over there, said, okay, what's going on? Going over going to Gander, Newfoundland. So I went with them, and it was really, really cold, really, really cold. It was really bad. It was all other memes that's freshly got killed, so all fried up in them.
Oh,
And it was the worst. And after that, went back to Dover Air Force Base, Royal Hunting Ground, and we had to go to personal factor individuals and read the letters to find out where they go to. And read some letters. That's kind of personal. I don't want to read. It's kind of personal. So I got an influence when I got out of personal factor and got an influence and went to work in the identification sector. 'Cause I can't work with looking at people's private realm, a wife and a husband. So that's I couldn't do that. That's too personal.
hmm. So, after service, did you have any other occupations or did you stay retired?
No, I went to work for the um, I was a social worker working for the county of Los Angeles and the GAIN program. GAIN stands for Greater Avenue for Independence. I went to we were out of building at that time, and at that time we had to work on them and work with different people from different walks of life to get them back to work. So we did it for like 14 years. So that was really
Oh,
great.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. I was basically called a social worker. So it's kind of a social worker, but as a worker, as a caseworker, working with a game program in Los Angeles and Chatsworth, and then I left there. Went to work for Salvation Army, as a case manager for veterans. Because back then, veterans went to a Westwood Transitional Village, and veterans got a chance to go to wait for their Section 8 voucher.
hmm
And I had to work with the veterans. Because some of the veterans are very, very lazy, man. Some of the guys that want to go to school, they had 2 years. You got 2 years to do it. What are you going to do in 2 years? You have to put in for a voucher. You have to put in for work. You don't want to put in. You can't go to school with us anymore. You can't. You go to school, but you have to work also. And 2 years comes up just like that. And eventually, I had to, and they got their own. We got the Section 8 voucher. The VA. We got the Section 8 voucher. Some of the guys really blew it away. So you have to work on it. You didn't do it. So you went back on the street. I can help it, buddy. You did it yourself because you did not want to work the program. Then after that, went back to work for the GAIN program, and it, some people are very, very lazy. Some people in Los Angeles are very, very lazy. Some people, what they call program jumpers. They go, and I'm going from one program to another program. When one lady come in, said, I want to go back to school. So I went to her work. So like 6 different case managers for me. So each case manager said school. So each case manager had her drop out. And not because of them, because of the worker, because of the female participant. And I said, ma'am, you do not qualify for school. One, you have to have the certificate prior to that. You don't have it. You don't go to school. And she complained long enough to the county. And Los Angeles County is very, very bad about social work. Very, very bad.
hmm
So I spent lots of money. Lots of money. So eventually, I just said, no, forget it. I quit the game program because I lost it very, very bad about spending money.
Yeah. Seems like the people who needed it weren't getting it, and the
Yeah, the
people who were
people
getting it didn't need it.
they need it.
Very
Yeah,
mixed up, I'm
yeah.
sure. Was that, you said that was the early
Yeah,
2000s?
2000. Yeah,
Yeah, I imagine. And then I'm sure a lot of things changed, like
yeah,
the housing crash and the
yeah.
stock market crash. So after you stopped doing the game program, were you fully retired and pretty much done?
I worked for the Goodwill. I
Okay.
worked for Goodwill. I was the case manager for veterans, and some of the veterans were okay because I had full control of the case manager. I had full control. He said, "You don't go to school. You go to school." He didn't go to school because he didn't qualify. He didn't go to school because he didn't uh, qualify for this, for that. You don't go to school. You have to do this. So the guy want to go to school for a truck driver school. You're going to go to school. Okay, I got your job as a truck driver. So some of the guys are very, very good. Some of the veterans are very, very lousy. To get into the work veteran program, they had to produce a copy of the DD 214. It's okay. And some guy about the DD 214, but you could tell where he cut it off. You could tell when the cut off uh, copies that way. The what's the risk DD 214? And he had the idea. I said, no, you have no right to see what I got out. When I got out, well, if I don't have a right to see what you got out, you don't have a right to come into our program. Our program is strictly voluntary. And taking my
Mm-hmm.
boss, he said, okay, send it to me. So I sent it to him. Don't enroll him because it's got something to hide. Something to hide. Each federal will get a DD 214. Even the ones that get out of basic training get what they call an undocumented D 214. They said that they uncharacterized D 14. They can't figure out which one be. Want to be honorable, want to be dishonorable. Some of the guys said we're dishonorable, did not want to go in the program. Then I'm going through the program. So we have to end up saying, nope, you can't come into our program. They got mad at us. They got mad at us.
Yeah. It seems like though that you were able to help at least some people.
Some
It's
people were
it's a
good.
it's always a mix, I'm sure, in those kind of
Yeah,
programs.
some
And
people were good. And the county, Los Angeles, does not want to send any money out to the people. And so they send the money up. Los Angeles is very, very bright. They send money up, send money, spend money, spend money, spend money. They don't see the way people spend it. To blow it on everything else, blow it on personal stuff, personal cars. And some guy said, no, 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 no. And they got mad at me. I put my foot down. No, you're not spending it on your car. You're spending it on different stuff. You have to spend it on books. And I said, I got no books. Well, you got money for books. What the hell's wrong with it? So I don't know. I just went on something else. And we didn't order paint on them. Nope. They had to pay it back. They not have to pay it back. I don't care what they say. They're not to pay it back.
wow. So besides work, what are some of the hobbies that you had out of service? What do you do for fun?
Oh, now I don't not too much, but back then I did lot of stuff like hiking. I
Mm-hmm.
did backpacking. I played some golf a little bit. A little miniature golf, but that's about it. Hiking, backpacking, and everything. And going out with my friends. Can't go out now because I got broke out, messed up arm, messed
Mm-hmm.
up leg. Their voices are really, really bad. I'm not dumb. Just my voice is very, very bad right now. I'm not dumb. My voice is really bad. So that's why I talk like this, in case people don't know. That's why I talk.
Is there like some partial paralyzation on that
Yeah,
side? Is that what that
yeah,
is? I mean, I can understand you.
yeah. A lot of people don't. I don't talk to people because when I talk to people, I talk to them like I to make fun of people that talk like this. I was about 30 years old, 20 years old. Now that guy don't want to talk to us, because mentally he can't talk. If I talk like this, people think I'm stupid. I'm not really stupid. I'm very intelligent. My brain still works. My brain still works because I can't get the words out a lot of time. That in order to make myself understood. And my leg, my arm, I had to work on it. That's why I go to physical therapy to work on it. So get along pretty good. But a year and a half ago, I couldn't even walk at all because I was bedridden. So
Wow.
once I got to the VA, got to physical therapy. So really, really good. Really, really good. Physical therapy, really good.
Good. I'm glad. And it's horrible that people have that first impression
Yeah,
that they assume that, because you can't quite form the words
yeah,
perfectly all the time, that they're not there. But
yeah.
um,
I know.
I think that I've understood everything you've said, and I can tell how smart you are and all the incredible things you've done in your life. Um, Speaking of that, what's like a what's a once in a lifetime experience that you've had outside of the military? Any
Mm.
particularly really exciting things you've done?
Not really. Well, the best time I had was I worked at Gain office in Los Angeles at
Mm-hmm.
the time, and I got to work with good people, got to work unique people. So they're all really good. And went to the bar, discotheque, some bar in Los Angeles, and really, really great. So the best time I had was in at the Gain office in Hawaii, in Los Angeles. That was really good, really good.
Sounds like you kept your disco days going for a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
while. You were a big dancer.
Yeah, yeah, real big. Korea, a real, real big dancer. Really good.
And you mentioned that you got remarried later
Yeah, I got married in life 1988, 89.
for your, to your sec to
To my,
your
my wife Robin,
yeah.
and eventually we got divorced. Not her fault, not her fault at all. The best friend, second best friend we known, and the first one was Kim. Yeah, Robin was really good. Robin was really, really good because seeing hang in there, it was all me. It's all me. It's all me. It's all myself. And I went to saw Robin, and we've become not really good friends. We've become friends on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Text sometime here, doing okay, okay, and we don't bring up our past because we just don't do it because she's very, very quiet. So I don't interfere in her life. She interfere in mine. So I was wrong a little ago, but that to me at the time was the best thing in the world because you never know what's going to happen in life.
Yeah. Sometimes you marry someone who's just meant to be your friend
Yeah,
and you figure it out late, but it's good that you still have that relationship with both
yeah. My
of your
first
ex-wives.
fight really, really, really good. That's all makes all my appointments down here. You come down, make sure I go down here.
Wow.
And in August, early August, I had two surgeries. One in my right eye, left eye, week later, my right eye. That's my right eye kind of red right now. So now she come down and make sure I'm okay. I say, it's okay with your husband, okay with Tony. Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. So I met her husband, Tony. He's a really, really, really nice guy, really awesome, really
That's
guy,
great.
really guy. And I made her my peace with her about 22 years ago when our granddaughter was born. Eventually, my our daughter, she died
Oh, I'm sorry.
in 2019, and that caught everybody off guard. So Kristen, or my daughter Kristen, long deceased. So yeah,
It's okay.
so but we go on together. As, we have a son together, and
Hmm.
he's a really good guy, really good guy. I'm okay,
Take
I'm
it.
okay.
Okay. We can take a second. It's beautiful that you guys still have that kind of
Yeah,
relationship for your kids.
yeah,
And you said, do you have grandkids?
yeah. I got four grandkids. One's 22, second one is 20. It's my daughter's girls, and the last two are my 6, 17-year-old twin grandsons, which are my son's boys. And the
Wow.
grandsons are cool. I can't tell them apart. I can't tell them apart. I can't tell them apart. And my granddaughters are really good. They're okay. They're good girls. Good girls. I saw them last about 2 weeks ago because I had lunch with them at all four of them at Texas Roadhouse, and we had some good stays together. So really good, good.
And they all still live in Denver, all four of them? Or like
Yeah,
in Colorado?
yeah. They live in Colorado, and all the one moving down to Colorado Springs about a week or
Okay.
so. But it's still nice, still nice.
Well, it's good that you can still see them
Yeah, yeah,
and that they're close.
yeah.
Um, how would you say that your military services have affected your life? How has that made you into the man you are today?
Oh, if I was in the military, I would never met my wife and my kids. I would have had kids somewhere. I probably would have had kids somewhere else. But I can imagine having any different kids to my son and my daughter. I can't imagine having
Hmm.
anybody different. And I was all set to have just two children, boy and a girl. Because then my parents they had 9 kids, and I said no wonder we're 4 or 9. So we had 2 kids, and I could afford them because I was in the military.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, my daughter passed away. But my daughter is was 39 at the time and 39 at the time. God damn, catch it better than parents, but my son is a really, really good guy, and through them, I have my granddaughters and my daughter, my grandson and my granddaughter to my daughter, and I can't imagine having kids with my daughter. I can't imagine. Can't imagine
Well, it's amazing that you still get to have, you know, part of her alive and her
it. Yeah,
children and your
yeah.
grandkids. What would you say are some, if you had a message you'd like to leave for future generations and your grandkids about your life, what would it be?
I tried. I tried. Kids, I tried them all. Tried different things. But let your dad, your mom and dad, your dad, because they always know what's going on. When I left Arizona, their mom and dad don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. Guys think you know what's going on. It doesn't. Future veterans, hang in there. Hang in there. It's better to go through life like this. But I can't imagine my life not being a veteran. I can't imagine my children not being in my life. Can't imagine my wife not being in my life. Both my wives. And can't imagine my dad. But in the future, just hang in there, guys. It'll all get better. Just hang in there. Hang in there.
Is there any other stories or things you'd like to add before we finish the interview up?
No, I went to Ghana, and I told about that. I went to Ghana
Mm-hmm.
and to Somalia. Went to Europe, was really, really nice. Went to Europe. Best of my life, 19, 20, 22, 23. And Korea was okay because I got to experiment a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't smoke, thank God. So it didn't do. I did drink a lot.
It's impressive to not smoke when you're
Yeah,
surrounded by guys smoking all
yeah.
the time.
I
And
smoked for about half a year, half a year. I was about 19 at the time. This is it. Because of peer pressure. Because of peer
mm-hmm.
pressure. So I said, no, don't want to do it. I threw my cigarettes away, and you went to say, yeah, I'll take them. And some of the guys said, now I see them, they're worse off than I am. Some of the guys are really, really old, and they can't hold the smoke anymore. So why do you want to smoke for it? No, no, no. It's I'm glad I didn't smoke. I'm glad the wife didn't smoke, and I'm glad neither of my wives smoke, because my first of all, I say I apologize to Kim and apologize to Robin, because you guys are really good. Because I can't imagine my life without you guys, and I'm sorry I messed that up, guys. Really am, really am, really am.
Well, you grew into who you are now, and you seem like an incredible man. And I'm very fortunate that you came in today and that I was able to talk with you.
Thank you, thank
So
you,
thank you
thank
again
you,
for coming in and for your service.
thank you.
All right. That went well.